The fourth largest house in the United States once sat on Long Island. What happened to it? Hi everyone, Ken here. Today we are uncovering the lost mega mansion, Inisfada. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an exciting episode of This House. Nicholas Brady was born into a wealthy family and only further expanded on that wealth when he became the chairman of the board of the New York Edison Company and the head of the Edison Electrical Illuminating Company of Brooklyn. Claims were made that every time a New Yorker flipped on a light switch, Nicholas made a penny. While this was certainly an exaggeration, it wasn't far off from the truth. He quickly became one of the wealthiest men in the world, and with his fortune, he and his wife Genevieve set out to build their dream house. They purchased 300 acres on Long Island and hired architect John Torrey Windrum to design for them what would become the fourth largest home in the United States. After 4 long years of construction, the Elizabethan Tudor Revival style estate was finished. The 87-room mansion demanded a stately presence with 37 unique artisan chimneys puncturing the slate tile roof behind crenellations and gargoyles overlooking gardens designed by Olmsted. Upon its completion, the 90,000 square foot estate was named Inisfada, a Gaelic term meaning Long Island. The Bradys were devout Catholics. Before occupying their dream home, they held a ceremony in a specially designed in-home chapel where Cardinal Giovanni Bazzano blessed the house. Now that the house had been blessed, it was time for the Bradys to move in. Entering the home below the porte cochere, you would arrive in the stair hall, where antique European tapestries tastefully accented the grand staircase, boasting intricate relief work on its newel post, details teasing us of the grandeur to come. The great hall soared beyond the human scale, with ceilings peeking out at 50 feet above exposed wood trusses. Set on the center of the 163-foot-long wall, clad in oak paneling, a stone fireplace anchored the room where hundreds of guests would socialize. For entertaining and more modest, but still grand fashion, the drawing room was finished out with floor-to-ceiling gilded wall panels, interrupted by hand-fluted pilasters below a cast plaster frieze. The dining room followed this same arrangement of wall panels and pilasters, but instead of being painted, the old-growth wood grain was allowed to shine on the imported 17th century wood paneling. As we meander through the house, we will encounter the long gallery, stretching with sequential archways below a Jacobean ceiling. While exploring, we will stumble into the billiards room, where the fireplace was inset below a faux mantel, creating a warm, intimate niche. No Tudor Revival-style house would be complete without a Gothic sitting room, featuring built-in display cases and exposed beams on the ceiling. This theme carried over into the Gothic bedroom, where a 4-poster bed was cozied up to a fireplace behind a writing desk. Each bedroom had its own theme, such as what was referred to as the Chinese bedroom, which was furnished with antique Chinese furniture and silk wallpaper. Nicholas and Genevieve's suite favored the Spanish Renaissance style, with several antique Spanish pieces integrated into the bedroom's design. Separately, Genevieve's dressing room offered a cozy retreat with its own fireplace. Perhaps the most stunning of the bedrooms was the room referred to as the Daniel Moreau. Its wood paneling featured extensive relief work of playful figures delicately parading about vines and flowers above a Baroque mantel. After Nicholas passed away, Genevieve could not bear to live in the house without her husband. So, in 1937, she donated the mansion to the New York province of the Catholic Society of Jesus to be used as a Jesuit retreat center. However, the Jesuits had taken a vow of poverty and could not be afforded such fine material possessions. Genevieve held one of the largest private auctions in the United States, accepting over a reported 12,000 people to the house to bid on her furniture. She had the finest items neatly cataloged to advertise the auction, with everything from centuries-old European tapestries to expertly crafted fireplace mantels to curio cabinets, tables, and chairs. Everything had to go. When it was all said and done, all the furnishings and decorations had been sold. She donated the money raised in the auction to the same Jesuit society. It went on to be used as the St. Ignatius Retreat House for the next several decades. Then, the church decided to sell the property, citing astronomical figures for maintaining and updating the house. Inisfada was placed on the market, being advertised as a teardown to developers. This sent alarm bells ringing in the preservation community. But to no avail, landmark and historical protections were not granted, and the house sold for $36.5 million to the Hong Kong-based developers, the Manhasset Bay Group. On December 5th of the same year, demolition began and lasted for several days until no trace of the house was left, further erasing the matured gardens to grade for residential development. Thankfully, in addition to the furnishings, the in-home chapel was saved and has been placed in storage at nearby Fordham University. Even though the house is no longer standing, we still have these stunning photographs to recount the tale of its elegant and short-lived existence. Which room was your favorite? Let me know down below in the comment section, and while you're there, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an exciting episode of This House. I would also like to take a moment to say a very special thank you to our This House supporters whose names you can see on screen right now. Thanks to your contributions, these videos are made possible in part by you. If you would like to become a This House supporter, join our membership program today. I'll see you next time on This House.